And I'm of the belief that, echoing what Senator Bennett said, that traditional prudential regulation should have caught this. Where was the bank management? Where was the regulators, both state and federal in the case of S.V.B.?
Oh, that was an excellent question, Mark. That was Mark asking Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen about Silicon Valley Bank's collapse at a recent Senate Finance Committee hearing. Oh, Lord, you got to love these politicians. Where were the regulators? Let's take a step back to provide some context here. Silicon Valley Bank collapse puts new spotlight on a 2018 bank deregulation law. The bill, led by Senator Mike Capro, a Republican of Idaho, sought to reclassify the too big to fail standard, which came with enhanced regulatory scrutiny, by raising the threshold from 50 billion in assets to 250 billion. Medium-sized banks were exempted from those regulations. The 2018 battle featured intense lobbying by banks, including Silicon Valley Bank and an array of smaller community banks that were seeking regulatory relief. Days later, 17 Democrats joined a unanimous Senate Republican conference to pass it. It cleared the House 258 to 159, winning 225 Republicans and 33 good old Democrats. Trump signed it into law. One of those Democrats was, you guessed it, Senator Mark Warner of Virginia. He defended the legislation on Sunday when asked if he regrets supporting it. Boom, boom, and boom. There it is. What Mark, the regulatory bunch had to say. This is what he had to say. I do think these mid-sized banks need some regulatory relief. The law put in place an approximate level of regulation on mid-sized banks. Of course he said that. All you have to do is follow the money. Whenever, America, you are in doubt, when a politician is heading on issues that would, quite frankly, change the material conditions of you and all that you love, all you got to do, baby, mark my word, is follow. Don't follow the yellow brick road. Follow the green paved road with dead presidents on the face. That's all you got to follow, and then you know what these people believe in. See, that money is their religion. So Mr. Warner's campaign has received approximately $27,000 from the failed bank, including $21,600 in donations from the Silicon Valley Bank Political Action Committee and $5,600 in donations from Silicon Valley's bank's former CEO, Greg Becker, the one that got that $11 million. Mr. Warren said on Monday that those contributions go back to around 2014. No, we get that, Marky Mark. You know why we get it? Because see, they plant the seeds. These owner donors, they plant the seed because baby, they want to have you for life. So we get that goes back to 2024. And it is exactly what you just highlighting what the problem is. And when asked about the campaign contributions, this is what the senator had to say: has never been influenced by campaign contributions on any issue. If there was malfeasance, of course, I'll return it. I'll give it to charity, but let's get our facts first. Senator Mark Warner, baby, we already got the facts. What more facts you need, love? We got the facts. Give the money back. But he controlled by the owner donors. So here's the reality, folks. Democrats and the GOP are cut from the same cloth. The Democrats just happen to dye their cloth blue. Okay, don't be fooled by it. Cut from the same cloth. We got red cloth and we got blue cloth, but it's the same. Mark Warner must think we're stupid. He really must. But we aren't falling for the foolishness and the mayhem, and we daggone sure not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. He better be the first to line up and support the recent legislation proposed by Senator Elizabeth Warren and Representative Katie Porter. Let's put up this headline team. Democrats led by Warren and Porter unveiled bill to repeal Trump-era bank law. The legislation, first reported by NBC News, would undo the core of 2018 deregulation law by restoring enhanced security of banks with assets of 50 billion to 250 billion. Oh yeah, Senator Warner, we want to see you be number one on the list. Dan?
I can't believe that Senator Warner actually believes that we are this stupid. It's even if you don't pay attention to a lot of politics, you watch just one of those cop shows, those Law and Order shows. This is a case of the police chief who's been paid off earlier in the episodes by the gangster going, "Oh wow, I can't believe anyone caught that. I can't believe that anyone could have possibly happened. Like this is just happening to us here. This is how could this have possibly happened? I can't believe he's actually doing that. And worst of all, for $27,000, they're able to ruin people's money. If you had a deposit over $250,000 in that bank, Senator Mark Warner sold you out for a fraction of that. Just think about that. I mean, like we shouldn't have this system where you can buy politicians, but wow, if these politicians can be bought, you'd think it'd be like for a little bit more than that. I think that annoys me here because we've seen so many of these stories, but ultimately Mark Warner, the least he can do is support the Warren Porter proposal. The most he can do is actually stop lying to people and say, oh yeah, we messed up there and we need to change this so it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, that part. That's why I said, then he better be first. He need to sign on it several times if that's allowed. He needs to be number 1, number 2, and number 3, saying, I need to make up for my deeds in the past. I want to make sure the American people understand where I stand. I'm actually sign on to this bill several times so that you know how serious I am. And your point about how cheap a date this dude is, for this particular. Now we know cumulatively they get money from all kinds of people. So actually they quite expensive if you add up all the other industries that they're getting money from. But this particular issue right here. And then it is just another example, as we talk to people all the time about what we mean when we say that Congress is for sale. Congress members are for sale. Certainly not all of them, but so many of them. Like it's the overwhelming majority of them. And that is why we need campaign finance reform in the United States of America. We need it quick. And that's why we can't
new
have
politicians.
Nice things. Yeah, we do.